So he's like ati nipena ati wewe chukua namba yangu. I'm like, no.
I didn't want to, like, I was trying to play cool. You take my number.
Nikamwambia sichukui, wewe chukua yangu. Hakuna kitu ndio uko unaambia watu I took your number.
Time, I think it was after COVID because it was 2021. So we are trying to recover many things. So of course the DP was not good because I was going.
he had Makai.
Yeah, actually, it was quarantine, and so we were not working. We were just eating. Funny thing, I'm not that guy at gym, so that's why my body was like, kapum hivi.
And I'm thinking this one out.
Yeah.
And baby, I love you so much.
Oh.
And I'm glad I met you. You compliment me. You complete me. I thank God for you. I'm who I am because also of God bringing me into my world, and I thank God for you. Yes.
And I want to thank God because I've seen favor. I'm becoming a better man because I chose you. There is something that sparked in me, and you changed my life. You made me a responsible man, and you unlocked some things in my life that I could never unlock. And there's a level of life that I've reached because I was associated with you. And so thank you so much for choosing me. And I love you so much. And I want us to do this. Again. I love you so much. Karibuni sana to the Kingdom Lens podcast. And I'm so excited to bring this amazing show that's going to be a blessing. Oh my goodness. My good name is Israel Kagiri. And of course, this is the Kingdom Lens podcast, the very first episode. I'm so excited on this journey that we're going to be taking. It's going to be great. Oh, I can't wait to see what God is going to do. And I'm not alone as well. I'm joined by an amazing woman. And of course, she's the love of my life. But I will allow her to introduce herself. Yes, Karibu Mrembo.
Hey, with such an introduction. I'm Purity Israel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm born again. I love the Lord. I'm so excited to do this.
Mm-hmm.
We've waited for this like for the rest of our lives. And we thank God. He made it possible. It is God who begins all the good work.
Mm-hmm.
And we thank God for this work. We are glad to be here. We're gonna learn a lot. We'll share, we'll just enjoy ourselves and have a good time.
Mm-hmm. And someone might be asking why the name Kingdom Lens. Even before we begin with this amazing episode, it's good that we explain Kingdom Lens, because Kingdom Lens is all about seeing from God's perspective.
Yes.
And so the conversation is going to be revolving around faith, love, and life. But in this season and this episode, we're talking matters love. And of course, what a better way to start and than to share also our love story. And of course, just to share with you, we'll be talking matters positioning yourself, especially when it comes to relationship, because it is very important. Many people, they don't know that for you to get into a relationship, you need to position yourself. And so that is the conversation is going to be having. And it will kind of revolve our life, but also we'll be sharing amazing nuggets. And we hope that you're going to learn. Are you excited about this?
I am.
Yeah. And so I think it's very important to also remind you that since we're starting, we just need a support. So why don't you click the subscribe button and make sure you like, and of course, make sure you share this video because we want to grow together. Yeah, so we need all the support. So make sure you also go and comment, tell a friend that, something amazing is up and running. So we'll need that support. So hit the subscribe button, like the video, and of course, don't forget to share. Yeah, and remember to follow us on all our platforms. That is Kingdom Lens 254 on all our platforms. We are so excited to share our love story and some of the lessons that we learned through it, and we want to share with you in these amazing conversations. So hoping that you're going to enjoy. So let's start even from that point, because we have different sides of the story. When men explain things, when explaining in a different kind of, men will go straight to the point, short, but you guys, you're so detailed. So let me just start from your point of view. maybe you can explain and just share those amazing experience that you had, even the first time that we met. Yeah.
Well, that was how many years ago? Ilikuwa miaka ngapi?
Wow. It's I think in this year, June, we're gonna be hitting. It's gonna be our 4th anniversary. But I think we met 5 years ago. Yes.
That was year 2022.
Was it 2022?
20. We met.
No, it's 2021. Yeah, it was 2021, and then we got married in 2022. Actually, we did it for only a year. And you know, things even moved so fast, and people are like, "Hey, Israel, but it's just because many things that we want to share and how it ended up in that direction. Yeah, so you are sharing with us your experience by the on how we met on that amazing day. It was actually a week before. Was it a week before Valentine? Yes.
Well, wait, Aki, you want me to be detailed? So I was this girl, tiny girl, tinier than this. You can imagine how tiny I was. And there was this event that was being held. Ilikuwa inafanywa KICC.
Yeah.
And I went to serve there. Apparently, it's interesting. I've never served in the department I served in on that day. Niliserve kwa ushering. Wale wananijua, I'm mostly in the worship team.
Yeah.
But that day, I wanted to just be, I don't know for what reason. Maybe it's that reason that got me a husband. And, well, nikakuja kuserve. We were with my sister and a friend. Sasa pale kwa entrance, and you'll notice. He was on the entrance, alikuwa kwa entrance. And then I came in so late. And I noticed this yellow guy. But from a distance, lile tu unaingia and you notice, ile tu unasema, na ni mweupe, ni myellow. Ni myellow.
Okay.
And but nothing hit, like seti nilisikia goosebumps, someone like my heart stopped. No. And kwa entrance kulikuwa na mahali we were taking photos. So this guy, he's a very good guy. Imagine, alitushikia handbags. Alitushikia handbags tupigwe picha.
Being a gentleman.
And I was like, tumemwachia ma handbags, amezishika tu hivi.
Yeah.
Tukapigwa picha, and then I asked him, well, nimechelewa kidogo, watu where do we start? It was just sikuchelewa sana, kidogo tu. And he told me, sasa akanieleza vile kunaenda. And yeah, we served. Then katikati ya event, I don't know for what reason, nikampatia simu yangu anishikie. So we had just started talking ile ya like generally, because you remember nilikuwa nimemeet na yeye kwa mlango. And I remember just telling him, hold this phone for me, tunaserve pale, nini. Sometimes I don't understand why I did that. Plus, nikamwambia, as I serve my tea, can I serve? Can I serve? He's like, yes.
Yeah.
And so the event went well. Ikiisha, so like ile yenye mkiserve mnaenda mnakaa mahali, you sit down and just refresh.
Yeah.
And I was in a table of other dudes. This guy came, brought his chair and squeezed himself. And he just came next to me.
Positioning. Talk about positioning.
He came next to me like purity. And tukakaa hapo, we had some tea, and tukienda home, he decided to escort me. I need to say something. When I was going for that event, tukienda kwa hiyo event, I had not, like, okay, we had a WhatsApp group. What I mean is tulikuwa na WhatsApp group. But me, the people I was seeing, I don't think he was among them. I remember the day before with my sisters.
You stalked me on WhatsApp.
Let me tell you, to go through the WhatsApp group, the profile pictures,
I
and you
was
were
not appealing.
eliminating
Hey, chai.
guys, please. Nile tu just akuku ati na si ati tulikuwa mastoka
A lesson.
my sister shout out.
Eka dipi mzuri.
Na nakumbuka huyu mtu tulimtoa kwa hiyo list tukisema huyu anakaa sitasema. It was that COVID season and this guy had said a lot. Alikuwa amekula. Alikuwa anakaa
Quarantine.
alikuwa and I was like no. And I remember, so wale mimi nilikuwa naona hapo, he was not among them. So fast forward tukienda nyumbani, he decided to escort me. But remember me in my head, I'm just remembering the guys like, nataka tu kurelate now, maybe we can see something will come up. And hey, I think God was not for the idea, because I remember us walking past sasa hiyo barabara ya KICC akinizindikisha and it was a bit, kulikuwa na rasha and we were walking in groups. So I was like, I want to go with the other group. Ni kama, yes, tunapiga story, but maybe in the back of my head, kuna wale maybe we are thinking like something can come up. Alas, I had, honestly, a serious, how do I put it? On a serious note, I had someone ask me, and right now I tend to think that was the Holy Spirit. I had someone tell me, focus on this person you are working with, acha kuangalia the rest. Nyi focus na muende nyumbani. Na hiyo focus, ndio hiyo hapa, imenipea husband, akanizindikisha. So he's there. This guy, who asked, nani aliitisha namba ya mwingine? So he's like, ati nipena, ati wewe chukua namba yangu. I'm like, no.
I didn't want to, I was trying to play cool. You take my number.
Wewe chukua yangu. Hakuna kitu ndio uko unaambia watu I took your number. No, being the girl and gentleman.
Yeah.
Then when we were going home, he didn't hug me. So I'm thinking,
I was just a cool
born
guy.
Again. No, that was not being cool. That was being over spiritual. I'm thinking, ameokoka hivi. But kidogo, I liked it because, there are guys you meet and they are just all over you. For me, I love that.
Wow.
Nimepeana the whole story.
Yeah, mepeana your own version.
My own version.
But I think you've mentioned actually everything. But let me just share on my side, because you mentioned that I was standing there at the entrance. Actually, what I was doing, because we were serving at the same department as ushers. And guys, I ushered her into my
Anapenda hiyo mstari, by the way.
It is very important, and that's why I think it's very important that I share with you this. Your time, I think it was after COVID, because it was 2021. So we are trying to recover many things. So of course the DP was not good, because I was going.
He had Makai.
Yeah, actually, it was quarantine, and so we were not working. We were just eating. Funny thing, I'm not that guy or gym, so that's why my body was like kapumpum hivi.
And I'm thinking this one out.
But good thing is that when we were serving, I don't know what was, something was just drawing me to you. I don't know. I could not resist it, and I cannot even explain. But one of the things I shared is that we were serving that department. There were many ladies there, but you captured my attention. And I just loved your aura. I loved, the way you are a good listener. So, nilikuwa nakupatia story mingi, but I don't see stories za hiyo kitu watu natafunanga. Story mingi sana. So, but I remember us having that conversation after, taking a break from ushering, guys. And I think I took that opportunity. We're just having a conversation, and this thing got really interesting. And of course, at that first class, it's very important to mention that I didn't see it as a relationship. So it's like, this is a good friend. We can, But along the way, I remember there's that place that we sat, and there was this guy. What was his name? I don't want to mention. I don't want to mention his name, but this guy's like, hey, Israel una church. But he's a big guy. He's one of the musicians. Alikuja akasema, hey, Israel is a good guy. And I remember having conversation of us, and I was sharing with you where I was and where I was working at that particular moment, and it was very, very interesting that we kind of aligned. You know, I remember even our values, because we're just having a conversation as friends, but our values were aligning, like even the story, everything was just flowing. So for me, that was something that caught my attention. And and let me mention this. When I went into that event, I was not going there to look for somebody. I was just there to serve. And like you mentioned, we're just serving as ushers. And that's why it's very important when we talk about ushering and serving, because the point of serving, you know, you find, you know, you can be served. You know what I mean? But for me also, when we were conversing, I just felt that, hey, this is a good friend. And after we extended...
I have a question. Were you attracted to me at first?
Yes.
Really?
You know, this Kagala alikwanga
tu...
No, you know, you had this very beautiful green. You call it kimono. Is it kimono? Yeah, it was very beautiful. And then you had a very a good white dress, and your hair was all over. Like, you had a very beautiful natural hair. I remember every. But one thing that was so interesting that you gave me, you had trusted me even. You know, that was something that was like, wow, one and trust Maka namshikia phone. I was like, what if nikienda na? But you see, that was something like, you know, you kind of picked something into my head. I was like, wow, this is interesting. But like I mentioned, it was just friendship. But when we exchanged numbers, and I think, of course, I didn't hug you, but we said goodbye, because I remember nilikuzindikisha until pale kwa where you're picking your mat going home. And I remember also, I think we were just branching on this other direction. Kenya was going on this other side. Something was like, wow, that lady has something. And I kid you not, I remember I went through the social media to search your name.
Before you proceed to that,
Yeah.
I remember, okay, this guy, he was serving in Truth FM.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I know this sounds weird, but ni interesting sana, because I used to listen to those presenters. There was a show they used to do, Jioni. And I remember one of the presenters, and I tend to think he was also part of the lineup that used to have a program in the evening. So nilikuwa nasikiza, and I'd be like, hey, these dudes are born again. Yani God, si unipe mtu kama huyu. Yani unasikia wanaume wamejawa. Yes. And I'm thinking, oh God. So when we met, he told me, I'm Israel Kagiri. Mwenye nasikianga. This guy, one thing I loved and I love about him, he's down to earth, very humble. Israel will go somewhere, but you won't know the much he is, I believe so, and the much of a name. And I really thank God for that. So I think that caught my attention. I was like, wow, I'm Israel Kagiri, the presenter. Yeah. So I think that's one of the things nilipenda yako.
Wow. That's so humbling. I don't know what to say. But I think you also, one of the things, if you during that year, I had posted something on my socials, and I don't know if you remember the kind of woman that I was desiring, and you matched everything. I posted it because I used to post these things on Facebook. So I posted that I want a lady who is, funny thing, God is very detailed. Like, God needs you to be specific. I remember I said I want a lady. I'm not saying this because of the title or anything, but I was doing it for like a point of, I wanted somebody who was serving as well, somebody who knows who she is in Christ. But all the things I mentioned, and I was mentioning it like, you know, just randomly, that I desire somebody who is serving, you know, in the praise and worship, who has a good voice, who is a singer, you know. And funny thing, I didn't know at that moment, I didn't know that until now when you were sharing stories and you told me that you are serving in the praise and worship. I was like, wow, God, so this thing is real. And let me tell you,
you said you want someone serving in the praise and worship.
Somebody who is a worshiper, first of all. I mentioned that, a worshiper who has a good voice, and you matched everything. Beautiful, even the height, because God was. I remember. So I remember. Okay, this is very personal, but I have to say this: that God gives you the desires of your heart, and sometimes it's very important that you be specific. Me was specific, and when you came into my life, I realized, by the way, this is what I prayed for. You know, you had all everything was sticking. Your physique, your personality, you know, like your maturity, everything was just sticking, and it was just confirming this is that person. And so I think even on that day, when we shared that thing, oh my goodness, I went on and was like thinking about it. Even though I didn't want to rush about it, but and it was just something that caught my attention, that God can give you the desires of your heart, yani detail by detail. You know, sometimes usimess na God, just, you know, so it's good to
Uambia watu andika
tu hizo vitu, like
andika
the exact thing. Yeah, so me, you ticked everything. And I think that is one of the things I'm learning, that when you're approaching God, even when it comes to relationship, what do you want? You know, like, as in, just tell the ideal type of, you know, man you want. And I think for me that ticked. And so, and even that point of us just, you know, you're serving in the praise and worship, but when you come into this event, you served as an usher. That was
I have a question. Sasa ungeni spot ningekuwa naimba huko mbele.
I don't know. Probably I will have waited until the event is over.
Ungeni notice.
And then, yeah, probably, because if it was meant to be, and it is still meant to be, I think I would have noticed. Okay. Yeah, but I think you just serving in that department, it was just, you know, God putting you for such a time as that. You know, it was just God positioning you. And that's why it's very important that you talk about even that. You know, God positioning you for a relationship. And imagine we were coming from different churches that time. Imagine if I was saying like, hey, me, I have to date somebody from my own denomination or from my own church. Probably I would still be single. So it's very important for you not to be limited, like, hey, lazima ikuwe somebody from my own church. Go out, go for events. You know, for us it worked. And so sometimes it's just good that you position yourself for that matter. Yeah. And for you, I think one of the things that I'll mention is that it took time. I didn't say, you know, we had to make sure we confirm everything. Maybe we can share that part.
Confirm everything. Like before, can you be clear? You know, people out here, kila mtu na mawazo.
So people usually think that I say that, yo, I want to be your boyfriend, or I want to be your girlfriend, or I want to, you know, I want you to be my spouse. I didn't go to that direction first. I remember I took time.
Ulikuwa pale, ulikuwa unanistock.
Yeah.
Ulienda ukanistock.
Yeah, I stalked you because I was like, I was really fascinated and I was really attracted by you. And so I wanted to know more about you. And I realized this is everything that I wanted, even though I do want to rush it. So I saw your pictures. Actually, I downloaded them nikazika kwa gallery. Because I just wanted to, you know, to think about it, just to see. Yeah. So, nikasema, hey, acha tu ni. And I think that's where the friendship even began, I think.
Yeah, I remember tulienda tukaanza kuongeanga. Yeah. I remember the Sunday morning he had already texted. Aliniambia ati ukifika, just tell me. Which was good. The following morning he was already texting me. The following week we were talking. And yeah, we were talking.
Talking stage.
Tulikuwa tunapiga tu ma story, and then I realized, hey, this guy, and then I used to laugh. Unanichekeshanga siku hizi.
You saying so you say you want to say that my jokes are dry?
No, because I remember we used to really laugh on phone. Yeah. Wait a minute. First of all, no, I wouldn't say that on camera, but I love being around funny people, like people who unaweza crack joke na nicheke.
Yeah.
So, and I love the vibe. We'll talk about God, talk about life. Interestingly, tuliongea about ourselves. We were not ashamed of, you know, there are things unasema hizi wacha nijieke. But for this guy, I think tulikuwa mabeshte. We talked everything about our past, about everything we needed to talk about. And I think in the process, I realized I'm falling for him. I'm falling for him. and yeye hakuwa anataka how do I put it? You told me utaki.
I don't want to rush.
Yeah, you don't want to rush.
Yeah.
The whole thing. You also want to be sure before you pursue this. You didn't want to heartbreak.
Yeah, and I didn't want to waste your time as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like mkiendelea, it's like God keeps confirming this is the person. The more you spend time together, the more you mnapiga mastori nini. And of course, as you still are praying and your eyes open in terms of discernment.
Yeah.
There are people I will meet first second day I'm like kwanza unasema kitu tu nakutoa nasema huyu hapana hii x. There are things when you are a believer.
Yeah.
You don't say, or there are things when you say and I'll know really where you stand as much as unasema you are born again, because people hide even in churches. Watu wanajificha. So you need to know someone like walk yake na God and person. Lazima ujue mtu. Yeah, so I think friendship came first.
Yes.
Friendship came first. But I remember now when we decided now to meet up after tumeongea, ameniambia anani like. When we decided to meet, I saw him from a distance and I was like, hey, fine man. I think I want peace.
Yeah.
I thank God.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
We are here.
Unangoja nini? I wanted you to go even deeper. But I think that talking stage is very important because I developed feelings from that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was mutual.
Mm.
It was mutual, and you will just know these things. You will know. Imagine you will know. This is the feelings like unajua kuna chemistry, but this was something you will just know. But now I was like, hey, I want to be sure. So I didn't want to rush anything. And I think we talked for a period. Was it 2 months?
Yeah, because we met in February.
Yes.
And our first date was in April.
April
10th.
Yeah. And I remember
there's something special about April. Because even my son, Ahadi, is an April baby.
Yeah, and of course that is also a birthday month.
Yes.
April baby.
It's a special month.
Wow. So amazing thing about that time. I think it took 2 months. That was talking stage. So there's no time like limit of, but kuna ile nyetu kia come to pending. Like ataza kukuliza what are we? But for us I think it was.
But I remember I asked you, so what's, because we used to really talk na. Interestingly, I had come from a situationship and sikutaka mtu ani heartbreak.
Yeah, and I think it is very important. Don't waste someone's time. If you know that this thing is not going anywhere, please don't waste. Just go straight to the point. If it's a relationship, it's a relationship. Because I think most men usually do these things. Sijui naitonga or what. Ati unaingia hapo una test uone kama it will work or it will not work. The test drive. And that's wrong, by the way, because first of all, waste your time, drain emotionally, and especially for the ladies, this thing inakuanga in a big impact. And so it's very important as a man. That's one thing I realized. For me, I don't want to waste your time. And I remember even when we went to our first date, I mentioned. And I remember you're shocked.
Before you go to the first date, maybe it's also something like we shed a light on. Do you think there are ladies also who waste men's time?
Definitely. There are those ladies who, I don't know if it's still up to date. It's called hard to get.
Una play hard
to get. Kama unajutaki mtu unamzungusha na that guy is investing in you. The men, they call that investment financially. Amekupeleka dates, amekubaya iPhone.
Investment inakaa kama unaongelelea shamba
nika 50 by 100 maguta. So I think it's just
kuna madema anataka kuendelea kukulafia.
Now see poor. Imagine for us
that money.
Let me tell you, men usually most men, they don't give things.
So do you feel like if the lady anakuzungusha, you will also know?
Yeah.
You said men know.
Men know.
Utajua anakuchezea. Na labda mko wengine kama watatu ama
maybe ukimwambia hivi you see anakwambia not now, sijui nini. And that's what, even for us, me, I didn't want that. And like I mentioned even the first time when you started this, like I'm not going to waste your time because I know what I want. Hii mambo ya kuzungusha mtu hivi ati I'm not sure, sijui mara
let's see about it.
Kwani
7 years later,
kwani you have been blind, you're not seeing ama unasikia ati you are dating for long. One thing about dating for long, by the way, it's not good even. Somebody, because dating for long, one of the things, it invites many things. Even because you have tried everything, mesha hug, mesha fanya hizo vitu zingine. So what will happen next? Ni hiyo ingine. You guys will start sleeping with each other, by the way. Tutaanza ku have sex all over. Because now hakuna kitu ingine mjafanya kwa relationship. And before you know it, when you break this, because for us we believe that, this thing is preserved for marriage. And so hii kitu kiweka for marriage, itakuwa even, it will make marriage even, it will have that particular respect. The Bible says the marriage bed is honorable, let it be undefiled. Lakini mambo ya test drive, because mkidate for long, you give an opportunity for sin to come in. And so don't date for long. It's not a relationship management, it's not a course. For us, definitely it works different. But for us,
there are those that have dated for a long
time. And
but works. Chances are like 80%.
Yeah.
Mtabend rules kidogo, mta compromise. I feel for us tulikuwa decide we don't want to do this for long because the chemistry was chemistry. Yeah. Na maybe but we thank God, it's God who preserves people, but it's good to have those mkuwe na hiyo agreement, like I love it when a man comes and says straight on, I know it sounds like, sound funny, like, but I tell you, me, I'm in here for marriage. Kama wewe, you are not here for marriage, kaput tu, nisikuwestie time na usiniwestie time. So I also feel ni poa, you get into it, both of you, or even you as an individual, knowing how much you want, how long you want it to take, and how much you are expecting from someone, and how much they're expecting from you, and if unaweza kufikisha those if you'll meet the standards. Yeah.
And I think it's just good to be straight to the point.
Mkwe too open.
Go open.
You will minimize.
Yeah, even if it's ukona insecurities, just imagine, be open. Mwambie me, I am not sure because of this and this and this. But one thing I know is God does not, when that God makes you guys to meet, he has a purpose. And sometimes it's very important that you always grab that opportunity and just go on with it. So don't waste somebody's time. Don't linger around. Just go straight to the point. Approach this thing. But one thing I think tukia tumeenda hapo kwa date, I think I mentioned when our first date I mentioned.
Yeah, actually tulikuwa hapo kwa the first day.
First day. I think you're waiting for me pale hivi University of Nairobi. Guys, it's good we mention that our first date, because we wanted to do something different. And I wanted somewhere it's going to be an open place so that we can have good conversation. So we went for a picnic date. And of
somewhere
a picnic date. Yeah, and I remember we bought some snacks and of course some drinks together, and we had a good time. Hey, let me tell you, picnic is everything.
I chose the venue because I wanted to see this person. Unajua mkienda pale mkahawa.
Mtu composed.
But ile you're taking a walk and then mko mahali like utasema hata zile vitu hujaiambia mtu mwingine.
Yeah. But I think picnic date works, and I think it's very important that
anyway, people have their preference.
But for us, I think that is what worked for us. That is what worked for us. And I think that is what worked for us. And so it's very important that for us to choose your place, we wanted to explore. And I remember the conversation that we had. Of course, we shared many things, the laughter, everything. But I remember I shared with you that me, I want this. I want to be your boyfriend. I want you to be my woman. And I remember I said that we're going to trust God in this, because I think that moment things were not really perfect, even from where I was coming from, my workplace and everything. So we were like, let's trust God in this relationship.
You should ask how it was.
Yeah, for you, because I think I asked you. And then
umekaa ukapanga, ukanichorea at the first. No, guys, let me tell you, At
Ilikuwa
some
shock.
point nilimwangalia like, is this man crazy? Deep nile sasa singemwambia cause like how do we meet the first time and you tell me
Yeah.
that you want to settle with me? The last time we met was in an event, we've been talking. But honestly, God had prepared my heart.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but God had prepared my heart. Si ati nilikuwa na
You were shocked,
anticipate.
yeah?
I was, but si ati I was, not that I was anticipating
For,
him. Yeah, but I feel this is how God had prepared. Mimi sikukataa, nilishindwa kujizuia. And we had, kwa phone tulikuwa tumeongea and we really knew we are good to go. We are somewhere, even though we had not physically met.
Yeah.
That was in 10th April 2021.
Hey, you keep record.
I keep record.
Hey, and dates. And especially for you, love special days. So it was 10th April, and I remember, so we started dating from that period. We dated for a whole year because we did our wedding in, we dated for the whole of 2021. And then we got married in 2022.
Roughly an year.
Yeah, so it was June 2022. It was 25th. Yes, 25th of June. Just 3 days before my birthday. I was very, very specific about that because I wanted it to intertwine. You can imagine celebrating anniversary and then celebrating your birthday. But let me tell you, the journey of dating, of course, there were ups and downs. One of the things, but we really loved that journey. Of course, there were those moments we were going for dates. There are those moments we just had to hang out on call, visiting each other at, place. And it was very, very good. But one thing we have to mention is that we kept purity. Not because we are perfect, but for me, I said, you know what? I'm going to wait until marriage. It's good that I mentioned that I'm going to wait until marriage. I'm not going to compromise on this thing because that was my standard. And especially coming from a Christian background, I believe that this thing is preserved for marriage. So, of course, there were those moments you feel like, let's rush this thing. But you know what? Because of the standards that you have, it will keep you, Israel, hey, don't go in this direction. And I think, interestingly, is that we by the grace of God, it was possible. It was possible. How was you on the end, on your side?
I think later that year is when you took me to your home.
Yes.
And we told our parents we are planning to do this, and it didn't take a long time. We thank God. That was God. There were challenges in between planning our wedding.
Where?
Interestingly, probably with time we'll share about that.
Yes, but that's a whole story.
Yeah, it's a story for another day.
Yeah.
And maybe to just touch on it, he had just lost his job. He had just, was it losing or resigning?
I think I was resigning because the job was not really.
Yeah, I told him, I need us to know when we are settling because there are a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted to know when we are settling, is this thing, is it going somewhere?
Yeah.
Because the workplace had a lot of issues. And he decided to quit, and we trusted in God. And God provided. To someone who is preparing for a wedding, God is faithful. God is able to provide. Because God provided for us supernaturally.
Yes.
The other day you were talking about how God provides. And one of the things you said, he provides supernaturally.
Yes.
And through men. And God sent men to stand with us. And at the moment I was serving in my former church, in my home church. And I thank God. God writes our stories. God had everything in line. So kwa sababu hiyo vitu ili happen when we are in katikati kupanga harusi. So we were like, should we continue? Should we postpone? And the Lord told us, no, go ahead. I am behind you and your calendar. I'm in charge.
Yeah, and I remember that word, that Rema word, that, nothing's going to stop.
Yes.
People might think that, hey, sasa hii kitu imekuwa cut off, maybe I should stop planning for this. I should stop planning for this. Let me tell you, the enemy is going to use that thing to keep you in that place here. Wacha tungoje next year vitu zitaomoka. But let me tell you, it's good that we grab that opportunity.
Yeah, God is faithful. God provided. We had a very beautiful wedding.
Yes.
We really had fun. And here we are. We thank God.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad I met you. I look at him and I'm like, he's one of God's gift to me. Very, very wonderful man with heart of God.
Wait, and I think one of the things I think mentioned, and I think I just want to share with guys that anything that is a project of God, God will always provide. And I remember that time God was telling me, I'm going to use ravens, and God used people to be a blessing. And it's good, as you say, everyone was part of that journey. Just thank you, because God used them to be a blessing. I mentioned that God used providing supernatural, but also God used the ministry of men.
Yes.
There are people who God gave them the burden. Israel want to be a blessing and purity for you, and we want to be a blessing. We want to give you this and this. And let me tell you, that day was very colorful. That day was very colorful. In as much there were battles, we'll share about that story, but I want you to know that it is good that you get to grab that opportunity. Not because everything is perfect, but because not because everything is perfect, but because this is the right time. This is the right time for this thing. It is the right time for us to pursue marriage. It's the right time for us to get married. And when it's the right time, let me tell you, the wind will always be on your side. So for me, in as much the odds were against me, I took that chance. But when you see most men are very calculated. But what if when you get married and you lose that job? What if you get married and that thing does not work? So don't always put this thing as the comfort. I'm not saying that you make decisions without planning, but sometimes it's good to discern that it is your season, no matter the difficulties that will come. Just go ahead and do this thing. And for us, we took that step of faith. And if you didn't take that step, I don't think we'll be here.
Yes.
I don't think.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Someone said your wedding is the first project you both do when you come together before. Even now, when you get married, now having other projects.
Yeah.
Na hiyo mkikonka, it was tough, T for tough. We'll do a segment on that.
Yeah.
We'll even talk to people who are planning a wedding.
Yeah.
Planning for weddings. But God was faithful. I mean, like looking back now, I see everything God was also helped. Everything God helped us through is what we are applying right now.
Yeah.
Working as a team. Looking beside our flaws and our shortcomings, as I said. Yeah, so I really thank God. God has been faithful.
Yes.
It's good to say last year we were blessed with an amazing, handsome
boy.
Cute. All good words. Lovely boy.
Yes.
He's turning 1.
Yes.
This month. He came also in my birthday month. I thank God.
Yes.
He's look alike. But bado naji-encourage ataenda sura ikibadilika labda kidogo, although niliambiwa nisingoje. But he's amazing. I look at him and I tell him he's an amazing boy. He's also a miracle, a story for another day. We have a lot, guys, we want to share with you how Ahadi came, where he is. Ahadi, we are people the Lord has really been on our side. There's a verse that says, had it not been the Lord on our side.
Yeah.
And we really thank God.
Yeah.
And baby me, I love you so much.
Oh.
And I'm glad I met you. You compliment me. You complete me. I thank God for you. I'm who I am because also of God bringing you into my world. And I thank God for you. Yes.
Thank you. And, I lose scripture because I think this just caught my attention as well. The Bible says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. It is good to know that, when the scripture says, who finds a wife, you don't become a wife when you get married. You are a wife even before you got married. So being a wife is an office. And you fit that. And I want to thank God because I've seen favor. I'm becoming a better man because I chose you. There is something that sparked in me and you changed my life. You made me a responsible man and you unlocked some things in my life that I could never unlock. And there's a level of life that I've reached because I was associated with you. And so thank you so much for choosing me. And I love you so much. And I want us to do this. Again. I love you so much. And I want us to do this life together. And I can't wait to see how God is going to unfold this. So we're waiting to see how this journey is going to be. But thank you for choosing me. You're just the best. I lack words, but I want to say I love you
No.
and I appreciate you, my baby.
Sasa mtu sema nini after that? Tufunge show sasa, tufunge show.
Way. And I think that is an amazing conversation. But before we get into that, it's time for us to dive into our special segment. This is the Love Nugget.
Partner with God. We tend to involve God in every other matter, but when it comes to matters of the heart, we tend to keep God aside. Today, I want us to remind us to partner with God. The Bible says it's God who searches the heart of a man. He's able to tell what is in someone that he also can't tell. When we partner with God, he is able to reveal even the hidden things. He's able to show us the direction. I want to urge all of us to, singles and even married people, to partner with God when it comes to matters of the heart, because God desires to be involved in those very things. God desires to be involved. He desires to walk with both of you, to walk with you in matters of love and heart. So partner with God. He will reveal to you. He helps us discern the matters of the heart. He is able to reveal what is even hidden. He is able to direct us. So my nugget for today: partner with God.
It is always good that you take advantage of the opportunity when it shows up. On matters of love, on matters of settling down, there is a time. The Bible says there is a time and a season for everything. And even in the book of Esther, there is such a time as this. God never wastes time. God never wastes opportunity. So when God is putting you and God is putting you in a position or in a situation where you need to settle down, that is the season when you need to settle down, because we have the Kairos and the Chronos. And the Kairos moments, they come once. And so make sure you grab that opportunity. Some of you, it could be a season to get married, a season to get into a relationship, and maybe the odds are against you. And you feel like, hey, let me just wait until everything is right. But it is very important to know this could be the right time. In as much things are not aligning, this could be the time that God is telling you to, get into it and pursue it, because this is your season for marriage. So it's very important for you to take advantage of every opportunity that God pops on your way. And when you grab that opportunity, then you'll live a victorious life and you'll be able to see the goodness of God, even when it comes to marriage. So take advantage of the opportunity. So guys, thank you so much for watching this amazing and first episode of Kingdom Lens, and of course that is our love story. And thank you so much. We want to encourage you to keep on sharing these stories as well. Make sure you subscribe, share these stories, subscribe, like, comment, tell a friend. Yes, and I'm sure we're gonna be growing together. So how can guys get in touch with you? Have on social media, because watu wanataka kufuata wapigie.
Purity Israel 254 on platforms.
That is on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Are you on X?
All social media handles.
Purity Israel 254. But of course, follow me also at Israel Kagiri on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on TikTok and on X. And of course, also follow us, Kingdom Lens Media, on all social media platforms. And I'm sure we're going to grow together. So thank you so much. And we'll see you in the next one.
Baraka.
Bye-bye.